Hi, my name is John Markham, and I am the supervising attorney with Wagner, Falconer, and Judd out of Minneapolis, Minnesota. And today I wanted to take a few minutes to talk about the LegalShield Plan and the benefits it can provide from the perspective of an attorney, specifically what it can provide in the context of an employee benefit. I think it's clear that the benefits derived from a LegalShield plan are of tremendous benefit during any time, but as the recent pandemic has heightened and really highlighted, is the need for legal services in so many aspects of everyday life. So today I'm going to talk about the five most common areas where we assist our members and really what we've been able to do to bring folks a little peace of mind, provide access to justice, and give folks a sense of general legal security during what's been a pretty tough time for a lot of folks across the country. One thing I always try to impart on people is the importance that no matter where you are in life, no matter your age, no matter your circumstances, the need for legal services can always arise and it's always there. Obviously, some of us have to learn that the hard way, and obviously, some of us have different experiences than others, but these life circumstances can pop up that make the need for legal assistance very vital to your financial security or well being. COVID-19 was an example this year. And above, you can see just for 2020, the top five areas of law and requests for service that we've seen just amongst our law firm for the year. And I want to talk about each of these in particular, but in general, I always want to communicate to folks that a legal protection plan can be a really great proactive resource to help folks with a lot of common personal legal needs that can come up in their day-to-day life. And I'll talk a little bit more about that with each of these five areas of law in a little bit more detail. The first area of benefits I want to discuss is estate planning. And this is an area of law that has always been one of the primary categories in which we receive requests from our LegalShield members for assistance. But the need for this area has accelerated greatly during COVID. That makes sense. But it has come from really all age groups. And it's important to realize that no matter your life circumstances, you should have a will in place to save your family, perhaps your friends, a lot of pain, strife, and confusion after your passing. And we can help with that. And we do this for all of our members. Our members are entitled to have their will completed and also have it updated once per year at no additional cost. In addition, we will also complete a power of attorney for our members. This allows them to legally transfer most financial and transactional decision making to a third party. We also complete healthcare directives for our members under the LegalShield plan. And depending on your state, these are sometimes called healthcare power of attorneys or living will. In effect, this is what's going to give a third party the power to make medical decisions for you. And sadly, as 2020 has demonstrated, we saw many folks in our states going into hospitals where loved ones could not visit safely and where perhaps due to complications, our members were unable to make those medical decisions for themselves. We took a lot of pride and continue to take pride in the services we were able to offer our members to at least put the power of decision making in these really tough circumstances back into the hands of the people we trust to make them. But what it highlights is that this is not just a decision that should be made now. It's one that everyone should have in place for any circumstances that they might encounter. Bottom line is everyone should have a will, and everyone should have made some of these decisions about their estate planning or end of life care. I know it's not a topic a lot of people like to discuss, but we have made this process very simple. It's obviously very affordable through the LegalShield plan, and we can make it a painless, scare-free process to help everyone leave their affairs in a good place when, sadly, the unavoidable happens. Additional thing we see and unfortunately saw a lot more of in the past year are folks being taken advantage of, particularly in these areas of consumer finance issues and landlord-tenant issues. And we see a host of issues related to, for instance, flight cancellations, venue cancellations, refusals to provide refunds, contract disputes, foreclosures, as well as in the landlord-tenant context, landlords attempting to remove tenants unlawfully or retaining security deposits without just cause, or even just trying to enforce illegal provisions in their lease. Sadly, this isn't just unique to the pandemic. Unfortunately, there has been a growing trend in the marketplace of taking advantage of customers and consumers through these small dollar amounts. That's where the phone bill or the cable bill comes in and it's $100 higher, or the contractor overcharged on the quote they gave you by several $100s, or you're even just handed a contract from a landlord or for a vendor, and the cost to have it actually reviewed by an attorney is just too high, so you sign it. Because legal services have priced themselves out of these areas, they are rife for abuse by businesses because the cost and effort to dispute, say, a couple $100s is often just too high. Well, we're very proud to be a part of that solution. Depending on your plan, we can send a letter on your behalf under your LegalShield membership from our firm and request a refund or demand payment without charging you a few $100. We can review that contract without getting a retainer from you for $750. We can have multiple consults with you to get you the advice you need, give you the proper direction for you, your spouse, or your family without making this a cost prohibitive enterprise. The bottom line is we're here to help you. And it's a way to get legal access and have a way to go to a law firm, to have an attorney assist you in a way that's just otherwise too expensive or difficult or time exhaustive. Area of law we receive many questions is family law. These are perhaps the most difficult times that anyone facing a legal issue may go through in their entire life, simply because nothing is as emotionally taxing as being a parent in a situation where your family is at risk of being broken into pieces. And because of that emotional difficulty of facing issues, whether it's a divorce, whether it's a parenting time dispute, whether it's issues even after a divorce related to child support, or questions about who's going to continue to have legal or physical custody of the child, many people simply are not well equipped to navigate these circumstances themselves due to the emotional impact it can have. The fact is, when you're that involved, you may not be making the best decisions. Well, again, this is where Legal Shield can come in and help. We can answer these questions and guide folks through the process and put them in the best position to achieve their goals, and oftentimes just help them in preventing the situation from getting worse. There are issues where so many times people, because they don't have access to legal advice, they don't know where to go, they don't have a law firm that they rely upon, that by the time they finally build up the courage to reach out to a firm, or the circumstances have simply gotten so bad that they need to, that the situation has deteriorated so badly, the costs are now enormous to retain an attorney to try and get results that maybe could have been achieved much more easily, much more cheaply, if they had gotten good advice up front. We can provide that guidance, that preemptive assistance to help members manage their family affairs in an effective and responsible way, and arm them with the tools to protect themselves and put them in the best possible position in the event that their family should have to face one of these types of legal issues. Additionally, it's just a great resource for the family in general. Aside from individuals as members, we all know that kids can experience their own legal issues, whether it's education issues or problems in school, possible employment issues, debt concerns, or, and we hope not, but criminal matters as well. Legal Shield plans are available to make sure that your children can enjoy the same protection that you do as well, should they encounter legal trouble, so that they can get that guidance and get that help from a law firm and an attorney that they can trust. The fifth area of law I want to discuss are real estate issues. This one has been growing over the past 5 years, but has really exploded in 2020 as the number of home sales and closings has skyrocketed. The home prices continue to go up, demand continues to go up, and so many folks are taking advantage of the seller's market. Even here, the Legal Shield Plan has a lot to offer for anyone looking to buy a home, sell a home, or who just owns real estate may encounter some of the common problems associated with owning real property. First, in the realm of selling or buying a home, we as your Legal Shield provider firm can review most real estate purchase agreements or rental contracts for you. That means we can search it for landmines or even just offer guidance on changes we would recommend. Believe me, I know that there's a lot to consider with escrow options, inspections, contingency provisions, seller credits, and the like. And your Legal Shield firm can answer your questions, give you guidance, and review your documents to try and demystify and simplify the process of buying and selling a home, while hopefully also saving you a great deal of money on attorney's fees. Of course, buying and selling isn't the only problem when it comes to real estate. We can also advise folks on licensing issues they may face or zoning problems. It may be a property or easement dispute with a neighbor. Unfortunately, as I'm sure many have encountered, the fence isn't always exactly right when it comes to who owns what. But in addition, we can consult on those types of issues, hopefully help you reach a resolution with neighbors or adjoining property owners. Also consult on municipal violations you may receive from a city, or just in general give our guidance. If you have the hope to use your property for a certain purpose and have zoning concerns, we can talk to you about that and let you know our thoughts on whether or not you have the go ahead. In general, any real estate question that you may have is always free game to reach out to your Legal Shield provider firm, and we cover the gamut in terms of assisting our members in answering questions. I want to highlight as a principal benefit for this service, it's the sheer cost savings involved for any issue covered by a Legal Shield plan compared to retaining an attorney upfront under the traditional models. I stated a little earlier, in general, people who feel like they ended up on the wrong end of a 100 or $500, even $1,000 dispute often have to let it go just because the cost to get an attorney to even write a letter for you is too steep. Or even worse, you might be in a bad spot with, say, a contract solely because you didn't have an attorney look it over in the first place. But again, you're looking at a best case scenario of a couple $100 just to get that document on an attorney's desk. Well, with Legal Shield, we're making legal services more widely available to people who otherwise just have to forego them just to the cost. So we're adding this access to justice to lots of folks who need legal security and they need help at a reasonable cost, but it's just not out there. Well, that's why we're here. And so if there's one thing I can impart, it's the fact that anybody, regardless of your age or your circumstances or your employment, can make use of this service, and it can be a real benefit to the folks who use it. And I know I can testify to that because we have a lot of great members in our states that our law firm services who are very, very happy with the role that we play and the services that we provide to provide them with some legal security.